Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, bringing you another message that you are meant to hear. If you have found this message, then you are meant to hear this message. However, remember that this is a general message and it may or may not resonate right now, but I have a feeling that if it's not resonating right now, it's going to be part of your storyline in the very near future. So you may want to come back to this video or save this video so that if you run across these very same energies, then you can kind of come back and have a little cheat sheet. Okay, so the decks that I'm going to be using today, I'm going to be using the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot and the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. So let me shift the camera. Let me shuffle first so you can see that. It's always important to me to see a reader shuffle on camera. And then also, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Any interaction that you do on this video helps my channel in the fact that it tickles that algorithm in YouTube. This is the only platform I use. I do not solicit readings in my comments. I won't message you. If you're interested in a personal reading, please reach out to me at the email in the description box below. But I won't reach out to you. So if somebody with Sacred Union Tarot is contacting you, it's a scam. So other than that, let's get started on this reading. Okay, hope you can see that well. I'm going to turn this music down a bit. There we go. Move this, let's move this over here. And let's get started on Wisdom from the Hidden Realms. I know I just shuffled again. It's just, here we go. They said pull 3. Sisters of the Seasons, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, Divine Order. That's a 17 card, similar to Star card energy, but this is Sisters of the Seasons. We're in fall season right now, and you know, the planet is getting ready for winter in the northern hemisphere. The Altar Priestess, Preparation, Prayer, Sacred Ritual. Makes perfect sense. That's a 39 card. It's like the High Priestess card. And then lastly is the Shadow Queen. All three very feminine energies. So this is very in Queen of the Light at the very bottom of the deck. So we also have, and that's almost like the Temperance card. So we have a lot of very feminine energy here. This is about being in this cycle, possibly cycles coming to an end in divine order in the fall season as the northern hemisphere starts to get ready for the long winter's nap. But there's also this preparation. So there feels like this energy of preparatory, like what's coming. There's something that's coming. So, you know, just kind of follow your intuition. If you feel as though you need to take some extra measures, you know, specifically, they just said, you know, like for your outdoor plants, if you need to put a little bit more mulch down, you know, if you need to kind of clean your house and get ready for, you know, the upcoming busy holiday season, if you need to, whatever you can do in advance is what they're saying. But also spend time in prayer. Meditation, prayer. Try and slow down your heart rate, slow down your breathing through breath work. Really get into that energetic alignment during your meditation, that heart-brain coherence, so that you can really begin to manifest. This dormant season is coming up, and they keep specifying dormant. It's going to be a kind of a slow-paced, dormant energy, but what they're saying is that anything that happens will be more significant because of the other energies being so dormant. So keep that in mind, that what happens, and this is probably having to do with eclipse season, the energies will be intensified. Okay, so this is acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation, this Shadow Queen. I'll pull some energy on that. That's a 16 card, so we have 16, 17, and 39. So 16 in numerology is a 7. 17 is an 8, and this is like the star card. This is like the tower card. And then we have this 39, which is a 12, which is a 3, which is catalyst energy. But this feels like whatever rituals or program process that you use in order to prepare for this dormant cycle, this long sleep cycle. But keep in mind that whatever happens will be of greater significance because it will be accentuated, intensified in the energy. But then you have this Shadow Queen. And this could be your shadow self that's going to have to deal with some things in these intense energies during this eclipse corridor. Or it could be that you have somebody who is practicing some dark arts in energetic circle. All right, let's see. Let's pull on these two first. Sisters of the Seasons and the Altar Priestess. Okay, we have a ton. All right, I'm just going to lay them all out as they came. And we'll put them over here. The Emperor, the High Priestess, 7 of Wisdom, being the 7 of Cups, and Judgment. 3 major arcanas. Definitely the High Priestess. I felt that energy. The Emperor is could be a masculine energy, could be the Divine Counterpart, could be somebody who's matured a little bit since the last time you guys, kind of interacted. But there is something here about this Priestess energy, almost as if there's, I can tell you right now, make sure you're doing some protection rituals, like with your sage or Palo Santo, or, cleansing bath, cleanse your home, cleanse your car. There seems to be a strong energy. 7 of Wisdom here is the 7 of Cups. And that's choices, but if you can see in this card, look how focused he is. This is almost like Hierophant energy for me. Just really focused on that one thing. The one thing that's dangling in front of you or above you. And then Judgment, that to me is karmic closure. So we have during this season, and I feel like it's really eclipse season that we're working with here. There's something significant about rings, circles and circles. But this is energy of karmic closure. There's a victory energy here. It feels like somebody is really tapped into their spiritual gifts. And those spiritual gifts are really helping them elevate themselves beyond some of the, I'm hearing the word nonsense, that they've dealt with over the last few years. 3 years, they're saying. Somebody is going with the flow. Somebody, if this is you are in your High Priestess mode. You are very connected and in alignment with the divine order. And you're just allowing things to unfold. You're just surrendering to the flow of the divine. And that is helping you focus. Usually the 7 of Cups, when I read the 7 of Cups, it's about numerous choices or, emotional opportunities or emotional situations that you're dealing with. But in this case, there is a sense of focus. This is very focused energy. This in eclipse season seems to have very intense, focused energy. And this is somebody doing their spiritual work as the High Priestess. And this then is closing those lower vibrational karmic cycles. That's the ending of the seasons. Now we have this Emperor here. I'm going to pull some on that because that's kind of the only out of place card I'm getting, because we have a lot of feminine energies here, but then we have these two masculine. Could be that the masculine now is very focused. Eight of Wisdom Cups. Yep. Came out in the challenge position, so they may be dealing with some spiritual understandings they can't quite get their head around yet, is what I'm feeling. Six of Intelligence, right? Six of Swords. Crossing the spiritual threshold is what I'm seeing here. I'm getting a crossing over energy. Almost like, you know, they figured out that this is the way forward. This is, you know, this is the energy. It's like, I think I've used this analogy before, like a firefly in a glass jar. And they just keep beating their, you know, heads and bodies up against the glass jar because they see through it, they just can't get through it. And this is really giving me the idea that they have tried so hard every other way to avoid dealing with the spiritual self. And then they finally have said, I've got to cross the threshold. Now here he's gone from thinking to like heart-centered because of the color of the little uniform he's wearing. And look, it almost just looks like he's looking at there's nothing in his hand, but I'm getting a sense that there's like a cell phone. Like he's looking at the cell phone and he's just like, I've got to march forward here. All right, what about this Shadow Queen? What's going on with this? Seven of Strength. That's, ooh, Seven of Wands. Okay, we got several different messages here. Let's take this one first. This is pretty complicated. Okay, so we have the Three of Strength. It's the Three of Wands. And the Seven of Strength would be 10. But then we have the 10 of Charisma. That's the 10 of Pentacles. The 8 of Strength. 8 of Wands and the Knight of Strength. A lot of wands, a lot of action. This situation is somebody who's very activated. And you are intuitively feeling like you need to kind of watch your back is what I'm just getting. The whole energy of this is this person is a deception. They're meeting, it's almost like they're convening with other people behind your back. Could be you or your counterpart, I'm getting. And the reason is because I see these two figures being almost very similar. Here, he's not wielding the sword, but here he is. So it feels as though this situation might be about the divine counterpart, that there's somebody, could be a karmic energy, who is using maybe dark arts or manipulation in order to try and keep them in some sort of a marriage or long-term commitment. And they're enlisting the help of others. They're planning. It's almost like they're trying to second guess what the divine counterpart is going to do. This is a karmic energy. Maybe this is what this karmic closure is. Let's go on here. The Ace of Wisdom. Ooh, this is interesting. Interesting, interesting, because one of the things I noticed in this card is the bear. And now we have an angry bear. It's like this bear is kind of just watchful. Not so now. And then we have the Seven of Charisma. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wisdom, Seven of Charisma, Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Wisdom, Ace of Cups. We have almost like a star in the solar plexus energy. I'm getting the sense that they want to invest now where their heart feels happier. We have two sevens here, Seven of Strength being the Seven of Wands, Seven of Charisma, which is the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like they're having to, there's just an energy that their actions are for a particular purpose in order to appease this Shadow Queen, whoever she is. Remember, energy, not gender. Nine of Intelligence, Nine of Swords. But look at the practice here. There's some sort of dark energy that is being utilized against the Divine Counterpart, the masculine energy. Very separate from this energy here. This energy here looks like this is going with the flow and just taking care of allowing old cycles to close so that new cycles can begin, particularly with these eclipses coming up, both in October, I believe. But this is somebody trying to hold this person back. And they're using manipulative techniques in order to do that. There is a dark, I don't want to say shadow. It's not sinister. It's weak. I'm getting a weak energy. Kind of like they're weak in their spiritual strength, so they're using manipulation as a way of trying to keep what they think belongs to them. No soul belongs to another soul. But they're trying to manipulate so that this masculine energy doesn't leave. And they've tried everything, but they keep coming back to the same, look, this isn't working kind of thing. So now they're like enlisting. It's almost like they're Googling. This is the acquiring knowledge. Like they're Googling how to cast a spell. Page, yeah, see? Page of Swords. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else? This is just, it's a sad. There's the Magician. Yep. Yeah. It's a very sad, not that they're sad or melancholy. It's pitiful. It's a pitiful energy. You just pity them because they lack so much in their spiritual strength and understanding and sense of self and self-worth and self-value, that they are just desperately clinging to someone else in order to feel validated. Let's go back over here to this side. If you don't mind, I'd like to find out a little bit more about this energy. This feels like Divine Feminine energy to me. Feels like the Divine Feminine's got her priestess energy going, and she is very connected, practicing her spiritual gifts. It is bringing her abundance, but more importantly, it is keeping her in alignment. I'm feeling like the more she practices her gifts, the more she shares her gifts for the benefit of others, the more she experiences while using her gift. And remember, it doesn't have to be like healing gifts, Reiki, clairvoyance, clairaudience. It doesn't have to be that. It could be the gift of compassion. It could be the gift of empathy. It could be the gift of generosity. But the more she practices in alignment, the more powerful she becomes in her spiritual sense of self, her sovereignty, her understanding, her connection, and the magic just flows around you at that point. Three of Charisma. That's the Three of Pentacles. It's an interesting energy. Strength. That's a Leo card. Could be dealing with a Leo. Oh, I better go through some of the... Okay, and the Lovers. Yeah, there we go. Couple of things that I'm getting right away is you have this... okay, this is big. The Divine Feminine... Let me articulate this carefully so that I don't confuse anyone. The Divine Feminine is so in alignment that she truly feels as though her alignment with Source is of higher value to her than, the connection with the counterpart. Just take it as it is, please. Okay, so let me go through. We have on this side, we have the High Priestess, which is moon energy. Let's see, the Emperor, that's Venus energy. Oh no, I'm sorry, Aries energy. What am I doing? Aries energy, that is that we just had that full moon in Aries, so we have the moon energy with the Aries energy, so that's all connected. Since that full moon, things have shifted for the Divine Feminine. We have Strength energy, which is Leo energy. We have Judgment energy, which is... Sorry, I'm going to turn this down. Judgment energy is fire energy. So you have Leo, which is fire. You have Judgment. But then you have this Lovers, which is Gemini energy. So you could be dealing with any of Leo, Gemini. Aries to me is a pretty prominent energy. Let's see. On this side, the Magician is Mercury. And always check your chart. If something really powerfully resonates with you, always check your chart for those kind of placements, because it could tell you what area of your life is going to be affected. I thought we had one more. Okay, so the only major arcana on this side is the Magician, and that really fits with this energy. On this side, you have a lot more major arcana. You have the Lovers card, you have the Strength card, you have the Judgment card, you have the High Priestess card, and you have the Emperor card. Sorry, that's on my computer, not my... Anything else we need to know? Queen of the Light. Let's take a look at her. Bottom of the deck. Illumination, Enlightenment, Celebration. It's a 15 card. Look at that. That almost looks like the Temperance card. Justice card. This is divine feminine energy right here. Look at that luminous, enlightened energy because of this connection, because of this energy. She's starting to really be connected, and it's so tapped into source and the understanding of how all this works. All of a sudden, it's like since that full moon and during this eclipse season, it's like the big spiritual revelations, the big spiritual picture is being downloaded. All right, let's see. Anything else we need to know? Yep, there it is right there. So here we have the Five of Strength, Five of Wands. Oh, there's the Fool card. There's air energy. This is kind of lighter, uplifted with this Hermit. Hermit is Virgo energy. We left Virgo season. And then we have the Knight of Intelligence. So Five of Wands. That's kind of conflicted. Two major arcanas here. So we have a lot of major arcanas. I told you these energies were going to get intense. We have this Knight of Intelligence. That's Knight of Swords. That's the clarity. Things happening really fast with this Mercury energy, with this Magician energy, with this air energy. And then when we have this Hermit, that's that deeper spiritual understanding. It's like this, it's almost like there's a different level. You're seeing things at such a different level now. Like now it all makes sense. Okay, what they just told me to tell you is if you're a twin flame, if you identify as a twin flame, if those are the energies you have experienced, look back at where you were. Look back at where you were when you started that journey and where you are now. If you've been on the journey for a great length of time, any length of time, and you've gone through the process, there are milestones in that journey. And that's, you know, dark night of the soul. And then you start watching tarot readings, trying to find answers, find what's going on with your counterpart. And then you realize that's not peaceful energy. So then you start saying, well, maybe I need to start focusing on myself. So then you start doing that. And then things really start to kick into gear. And then you start learning, and the download comes, and you learn how to meditate, and you learn how to, you know, kind of cleanse your body, and you start doing spiritual practices. And then your gift comes, like, it's not that it comes in, it's always been there, but all of a sudden you're connected to it. So then you start to use that. And then when you do that, you start learning. And then as you start learning, you're going through this transformation process. And then you start to say, you know what? I'm not going to focus on the connection. I'm going to focus on me, because this is where the magic is. So then you kind of start learning about the astrology. You start learning about how all of the energies are affecting you. And then tarot readings take on a different meaning, because it's not about the connection as much as it is about you. Everything comes back to you. And then you start saying, okay, now how can I be of service to others that are on their spiritual journey, or others that are waking up? So now you see where you are now, this high priestess energy, as to where you were when you started, when you woke up to the twin flame dynamic, when that hit you and changed your life forever. That's what they're trying to show you, is the spiritual mastery. You figured all of this out through this journey. And even if you're not a twin flame, if you're on the spiritual path, this is kind of the process. And then the whole world's a different place. You're interacting in the world very differently. You interact with people differently. You have a different level of understanding of instead of, you're not just looking at the physical people, you're looking at their souls. Okay? That's what I have for you. It was pretty intense. It's going to get more intense. So again, if this resonates strongly with you now, you may want to bookmark this reading. If it kind of is like, yeah, I kind of feel like this coming up for me, bookmark this reading so that you can come back to it as a reference when you start to feel that shift. It's going to be eclipse season. Some things are going to close out, so be ready. Some relationships are probably going to end. Some things are going to change. Be open to the change. Trust the flow. The divine order of things are in control. You needn't worry. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.